Hello everybody, this is Wormatty, and today we're testing DR Facility version 1 by Karczoch. This is a pre-release version, just to make sure everything's working normally prior to release. This map has been in development for about 1.5 years, if I recall correctly. We played it quite a few times. It's very interesting. It's got plenty of original stuff in there, which is great for the game mode. There we are. Oops. How very strange. Just you and me, I see.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fight!
Fuck, I'm late.
Oh.
I'm kind of curious to see what changes has been made.
Minigames. So presumably we have 4 minigames and one of them has been unlocked. Called Obby.
What's that?
So, when will the round start?
Oh, no, I mean, offie.
Well, 1700 edicts isn't a deal breaker. You'd probably be fine. It leaves you about 300 for more players.
Also, hell, the edict counter. Good thing I have a graphics card to survive that.
Yeah, I was wondering why it took so long to download the map. Apparently there's just a shit ton of edicts.
Edicts don't make any difference to the size of the map or the time it takes to download. It's just because everyone's accessing a web server that has a maximum speed of 200 megabits per second.
So, yeah, just make sure this doesn't... Yep, I think we just got our first person that crashed.
Yep, there it is.
I wouldn't say they crashed. There's no evidence to support that.
Timed out.
One terabyte
timed out.
of maps.
Like I say, there's no evidence to suggest why they've timed down or anything, so...
Restart the match so everyone can spawn.
Yes, I will. I thought that dancing demo man was going to kill me, but they didn't. Oh, this one is back, apparently.
Yep.
Hello.
The hell is going on?
That's
Okay.
Why he's gonna kill you?
Now he's just teasing me.
Why now I'm blind?
Let's go!
And you get a you get to be the activator on the first go this time, Fortress.
Oh my god, it's the door to sex.
It's gay
The
sex.
door to sex.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The spawn
Wait,
looks
is there a
kinda
Halloween
the
mode?
same.
I guess.
The
Yeah, that
holidays
is like the design.
rotate every round.
Follow the demo man, follow the demo man. Just follow him.
Follow the door man or die.
When
I
in
wonder,
doubt.
were there music last playtest?
Sorry, what's up?
Oh wait, no, there is no music.
Oh my god.
No, I hear music.
This looks like a
Wait,
secret.
No, there is music.
There's nothing in here, though.
Everyone is everywhere, and I can't know. I don't know which one is ahead.
Oh, that's the trap. I thought it was just I thought it was the same as last time. Oh, I thought this demo man was a player that rushed ahead, but no, it's just the fucking part of the map.
Yeah, there's music in this map, but is it supposed to be in this map? I like it. This is the second... Well, we've had 2 maps consecutive which have chilly, relaxing music. I was going to say chilly music, but I was also going to say chilling music, which is not the mood I was going for.
Listening.
I am the pioneer. I broke the glass.
That took longer than expected. I guess my new drive's a little slow.
Oh yeah, does it still have the drowning sinking music? Like the facility, I did hear the Sonic drowning music. Just don't remember what part that was.
So, this is a pre-release, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's important that everything is perfect, I suppose. Although I should think that Cars doesn't want to continue working on this map forever.
One issue I can see, there's a lot of edicts and the people.
You think?
If there is
Which
a way
way do I let them
to
go?
save some edicts, I would probably do that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty important. Otherwise,
Because
Skyle are
180
likely
is
to
quite a lot.
take it off
Engineer got
rotation.
that.
Oh wait, you
Got
can.
that.
I think we might need
Front
to put player
teardrops
clips on the
in.
buttons because I can walk right into it. I can walk on the button. So I think we might need a player clip there.
Good shout.
Like how warm Eddie told me I needed to put player clips near my trap buttons. Yeah, that applies for here.
Oh wow, I
Yes.
did not die with that, but I'm on 1 HP, so now I have to be very fucking careful.
Well, now you're caught in the trap.
Okay, never mind, did not realize that was a trap.
You got the blue
Sex.
sniper from
Music change. And a mood change as well.
I thought it was a fire, but then I didn't realize it was like some goddamn bomb.
Bit of
I
guitar.
assume it was a secret.
I like this area that Farron's in at the moment. Kind of reminds me of Aperture Science.
Oh, you don't die if you fall. Interesting.
What's in that window over there?
What the hell?
Oh, look at this.
Sex.
Drowning, sinking, making what you have in
The
England.
heavies.
Oh no. Why did you die?
They got caught in the trap.
What, the music,
They had to escape the heavies.
oh, heavies. Oh, right. It seems that the music is a bit too long. I was expecting them to die when the Sonic drowning music finished.
Okay, let's go.
Mini games. This is like the mini games you play.
Wow, what's going on here? That was cool. Was that an engineer?
Yeah, the engineer disabled the trap
Nice.
by shooting at them.
Oh, motherfucker.
I can
Public
tell there are some
announcement.
details that have been added from the last playtest. At least the one that I did or was on.
Oops. Thanks, Windows.
I got him.
Four, three, two, one. Control point enabled. Get going.
Oh, Sir Trooper has joined.
Oh, third trooper. Third trooper.
Oh, that looks
I wonder, how
dangerous.
do you get the texture, the vent texture? The one that you can like see through.
I broke the glass.
It's probably a decal. This isn't a player,
I have
is
the
it?
same vent texture, but mine isn't. You can't see through it. It's just black.
Yeah, one moment.
Hi, Pyro. It's Miss Polling.
Interesting.
Let's move A.
I wonder, did you remove the big water part when there were like big spinning things? Oh, it's still on the map.
Bombs?
No, there was like a big like a water area. Oh, you made it shorter. Yeah, because that area was very long.
No, I don't believe you can charge now because I'd have to. Oh, you're dead. Okay.
Oh, you can only trimp when you're on blue. If we're talking about charge for the demo man.
Good, I killed myself. I believe it's because the weapon attributes are applied when you're given the weapons or when you spawn. Yes. Where would you like to be respawned? I'll spawn you on top of Wormwood.
Who just died?
Or not. I'll spawn you on top of ZT.
Oh, what's up?
There we are. At Jimbles, okay.
I wonder the trigger hurts that are just like on the floor or something that are like set on the map that don't move.
He died.
Are there like individual trigger hurts, or are like all of them connected? Because that would save some edit.
Capitalize the beginning of your sentences in your notifications.
Yep.
Also, I can give you, I can make a script for you that only shows the training annotations to people who are in the area.
Holy shit, Sonic Unleashed.
Nice try.
There's no trap in there. God, go. This is an auto trap.
Victory.
Now the real question is, what exactly does this facility do?
I feel like demo money is like...
What the frig? Oh dear, it appears that the server has changed map. Because the number of edicts has exceeded 2,000, so I'm going to have to raise the limit.
Begin. What?
Wait, what happened?
Someone set up us the bomb. The server changed map because the number of edicts spawned by the map exceeded the safe threshold.
So it was supposed to crash, but the server like restarted it.
Indeed. The server restarts when the number of edicts exceeds 2,000, which gives a buffer of 48.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not good.
I shall change the map back now. I've set the limit at 2020, which gives us a bit more headroom. Maybe you guys could take off some clothes.
Can you make it like melee only, so we only have the melee weapon?
I could do. Yeah, that's a good point.
That would also save some edicts.
Thank you. I appreciate your compliment.
You failed.
Wow, this drive's actually very slow. Goodness.
Goodness!
Oh, here we go.
So, how's your day going? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the map of all time. Don't worry, I'll respawn people when more have joined.
Something you can do that doesn't really remove the quality of the map is remove some of the ropes.
The edicts were
Because
too. I didn't experience any crash
they kind of
though.
eat edicts.
Oh.
No!
Same with the light sources. I see that you're using some, what are they called? The spotlights for some light. And they also eat edicts.
Well, not true anymore.
Wait, they don't?
Not as many, no. They used to consume 3 edicts per point spotlight, but now they only consume 1 edict.
Oh.
I mean, still.
I think the best thing to do is to have a look at the edict dump later on and see the biggest offenders. There is a command, I think only I can run it. It's /sum edicts, which is SUM edicts. And it spits edicts to your console.
Hello, Sir Trooper.
What's up?
They're like entities or something.
Anyway, yes, so let's kill people.
You failed, stalemate.
Zeus, strike me down.
Wait, I thought Romare was gonna respond.
You don't have.
I am respawning people. Ha 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 ha!
Alright, so no hacks.
Yeah.
I see the animals down there.
What makes me a good demo man? Today's color is red. Whoa, oh my god!
Uh-oh.
Here. It's a screw top. Okay.
Okay, so this area, there is a lot of ropes.
4, 3,
Oh my.
1.
You could probably reduce some of them.
Oh, Millie only.
Yes, just to try to reduce the number of server crashing edicts.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, apart from the edits, the map seems to be working.
Yep.
Come here, out.
I like this music, it's good. Good night, Nien. Nien.
Come here, out. Bye!
Also, I see something here. I think these props are resized.
Prop dynamic.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is also an edit.
I'm pretty sure Nian has voice chat disabled.
Okay, someone sacrifice themselves.
Oh, I'm going.
Swift water.
I thought that was an alternative route, or I thought that was where I was supposed to go.
Pyro is calling.
I can't help but feel like
skill-based Easter eggs where you could like skip areas. Those are not very fair for the activator.
not if red players go missing for ages. No.
Neon light theme when you go in the water.
Question. Am I supposed to turn them all on or off?
Are you what? Sorry.
Yeah, there's like a weird ambient
Am I
thing
supposed
when
to
you go in
turn
the
them on
water in
green?
that part.
Or make all green?
I've never asked that question before, to be honest. I've just watched people.
I keep forgetting. Oh!
Oh. This is kind of sacrificey. I don't know. I suppose there's not a lot you can do.
Oh, just odd.
I like this music.
So what?
I think
so
they
what's the
won.
map
Well, the
called that
music
has
was
the similar-
Sonic.exe. I'm pretty sure it's a Sonic.exe reference.
Oh, this is so time consuming. Yay.
There we go.
Maybe they should be like red and green rather than like green and hand shutter. Miniature hand shutter. I'll only respawn people if Cars wants me to.
Oh.
I've raised 5 red players. What's that noise? It's like Half-Life 2 flesh sounds or something. Or Half-Life even.
No, Sir Trooper, wrong way.
What is it that actually causes that noise, Cars? What is the entity specifically? Rip. Nice try, CC. At least you died legitimately to a decent mechanic rather than unfairly to a shit one.
What is that?
I think Gothi's going the wrong way. Yeah. Wasn't there supposed to be a motivator at some point? Because it doesn't appear to have come early enough, I don't think. Or did you just go back somehow? Oh, that's clever. I think. I don't know if it's clever or not, actually. Yeah, yeah. Yes, you do go down. I think...
Oh, wait, I have a question.
Ooh! What's your question, soldier?
How do you make, like, these fish boxes be attached to only one point?
Piss boxes?
Yeah, the things that are supposed to, like, fall and have, like, own physics. How do you make them being attached on, like, one point?
Fizz box, sorry.
So they're just, like, dangling.
I thought you said piss box. Box of piss.
No,
you use fizz you use fizz constraint or fizz ball socket or something like that. If you decompile Steamworks Extreme, the very first trap has some physics platforms that are held in place using fizz ball sockets, I think, or constraints, and they break half a second after the prop becomes active, so it gives them kind of like a slanty effect as they fall. I feel like these massive bombs need a better texture because at the moment they're just black. Are they prop physics or are they brush fizz? Are they fizz boxes?
They look like black tomatoes.
Well, yeah, but the thing is,
I think they look like bombs.
Nothing. They have the silhouette of a bomb, but they are pitch black, and even black things have, say, reflections and so on. I think the problem might be because they're a fizz box brush. They're spawned in a place that has inadequate lighting, so they should be compiled. Sorry, they're compiled in a place that has inadequate lighting. So what I suggest you do is put them somewhere in the map that has decent lighting, and when it's compiled, it'll look better. Even better is turn it into a physics prop using Proper or something, and then it'll have dynamic lighting. The shading in that credits room is a bit odd. Yay! Can't quite see the wheel through other people, and only half of the platform is accessible.
Is DD in spawn? In spawn?
Yeah, this is Laser Town.
Crashed, and I had a good GPU, and I don't know how did I crash on a good map.
DD, could you please type in your console get pos in the place that you were so you can give the coordinates to Karczoch? Collision on this is problematic. I think you should put a clip brush over it.
Yep, I crashed on this map, and I don't know why. I had even a good GPU.
Was there an error message for your crash, or did it just crash to desktop?
It just crashed to the desktop.
Ah, the desktop.
I don't know if it's just, I don't know if I accidentally pressed Alt F4 or just my crashed.
Over here, okay. You should probably have some better lighting here
I really like this rework of the minigame.
Draw attention to these platforms. That's so bright over here. It's very high contrast. But I'm pretty sure I suggested in the past that you rotate this or change your lighting settings because it was too angled and too harsh. You need lighting which is more soft and subtle, especially when you consider that this is the only outdoor area that people really spend any time in.
This is a long minigame.
Music went a bit strange there. I don't know if he's going to be solid or not. Oh shit. I'd prefer some flat platforms on the top of there, because I'm getting the impression that there's some invisible collision that you've built in.
A server with 100 players would just work if... 100 player server would actually work really well for Deathrun maps if the addict counter was increased.
The problem with that is, though, you're
that would happen.
kind of tripling or quadrupling the number of players whilst keeping the same number of traps. So all traps would be completable, and there wouldn't really be much challenge. It would just be about people sacrificing themselves. So you'd have to make maps designed for that many players.
I guess, but I'm pretty sure lots will die on the bosses or other mini games.
I mean, that's not truly correct.
What exactly am I supposed to do here?
Because
there's like hard
Leonore
bosses.
has like 6 traps, and that map is very hard.
DD, late
There's
spawned.
like hard bosses that, like Bobby and the Nighttown boss, and other bosses that could just like kill like mostly 50% of the players.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't see those as bosses. Those are more like just dodge minigames.
DD late spawned, probably due to the usage of the game force respawn entity. There's a bug with that at the moment. I can't remember the details. So
solid for a moment.
When you hear this part of the video, please contact me on Discord, and I will explain a bit and give you a workaround.
The people who can make these mini games,
or if you
the platforming boss fights, they are hard to make.
If you search the Discord for that entity name, you might find the information.
That was an interesting minigame.
That was a very long round.
13 minutes.
But that's not gonna work on Panda, because they only have 8.
Then they should use a TF2 round timer instead of a custom timer.
Well, aside from the fact that there's going to be configuration issues on some servers, I think it's too long, personally, for, like, in Deathrun. I always aim for, or I suggest people go for a 6-minute Deathrun course length, and then say a couple of minutes to 3 minutes on the minigame, maximum, because they are, after all, supposed to be mini.
I agree.
But having said
how long was that minigame?
You are respawning everybody, so it's not like people have to sit out for long, is it? So maybe, you know, it's a bit different.
But how long was that minigame exactly?
I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention. But the video will show how long things were. Oh shit, there's so many players. It's hard to see through people.
The minigame itself was like a Deathrun course.
Something you can do to make the map shorter is, I mean, you don't have to remove the parkour area at the end, but you can make that like either an Easter egg or something else. Like a mini game or something. Because it seems like even if you speedrun this map, it's gonna take like 6 minutes at minimum.
Oh.
Oops.
Okay. server lag.
I'm sorry. That's my
Yeah,
fault.
that was a lag spike.
Did somebody die as a result of the lag?
I may or may not have died to the lag.
Ah, well, just shout in chat if you'd like to be respawned.
Yes.
I like to
I would
respond
highly
please have
appreciate
that
it.
buzzsaw trap, the buzzsaw part, because I want to redo the buzzsaw part.
The reason for the lag was because I was compressing the next map into a BZ2, and clearly that uses mega CPU performance, so I'll just do it on the server instead, on the web server.
I said it in chat and I'm still not responding.
I was saying I meant text chat. Are the pots? Yeah. Shall I respawn them where Zayty is?
Yeah, just respond me in the buzzsaw part.
There we are.
Oh, someone was in the trap and you teleported everyone here.
Oh, I guess we'll see what happens then when somebody kills himself. Okay.
Oh! Okay! Oh.
Nice.
By the way, it's green.
So many weapons to choose from.
Oh my god, Yakuza.
Death, 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 death. Damage, damage, damage. What?
This is bad. Serious, Michael. Death.
This music is epic.
I had some time. Oh my god.
Okay, so what I would have done is just this area would just be the end. And everything in this pit would just be minigame. Or Easter egg or something like that.
Unfortunately, one, you started to speak as soon as I dropped in the water, so I just heard ba 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 ba.
Wait, why am I back where it respawns?
Oh, can't go up this ladder for some reason. Trigger push ladder. Oh, fuck.
That was a trap.
This music in combination with all these traps here is epic, I have to say. Really feels like I'm fighting for my life.
I don't think that trap did anything.
Gas. Is this gas gone forever? There's no visible emission.
I think you're not supposed to touch it.
It doesn't look like it's coming out of the center. It's just clipping through the... Unsafe.
Oh, you avoided that trap. Oh boy.
Good job.
Are you kidding me? There's like something in the way and it's going on. Now I'm gonna die.
What about this? Your time to shine.
Oh, fuck! Don't...
Wait, what do I do for this part? Like, there's just like a gas thing right there.
Pyro is calling.
It's difficult to tell, but it's coming through the middle. You have to kind of skirt around it.
Like, strafe it or something?
No, just go on the edge of the platform. And then jump straight onto the concrete area.
I don't think it insta-kills, does it?
No, it drains.
Yikes.
I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question.
What's your question, soldier?
What's your question?
is a man not entitled to the sweat from his brow. Yeah, I really like this music. It's good.
Hat in time music, baby.
But this is going on for a long time. Maybe you should shorten this bomb area, like halve the length of it.
Or Matty, I have a question.
Okay.
About Steamworks.
Is it the question that you asked in chat that I answered?
Yes.
Well, I answered it, so scroll up.
I didn't hear the answer. Oh, you didn't.
Chat is text chat, darling. So I think we need to play test the other map at some point, and I'm running out of time. So maybe the best thing to do, if you wouldn't mind, Zayty, is record the next map, and I'll just host it in the background.
Oh, it might take a very long time for me to download it because this game drives very slow.
Okay, wait. Before you reach the end, could you set a spawn point?
Set a spawn point.
Warmatty, if you wouldn't mind sending me the file, so I don't have to.
I'm uploading it at the moment. Don't worry, I'll spread it. I'll spread it around.
Okay, so don't click on the mini game. Set a spot. Never mind.
You're gonna have to explain what you want to happen before time.
Nope. Here we go again.
Yeah, cars. For playtests, it would help if you had some way of choosing the minigame. I'm going to go to spec.
Hi, Pyro. It's Miss Pauling.
It needs to be easily accessible for the playtest host, like using logic or entity manipulation or something, or an admin room.
Yo, Rapunzel, I'm opening the door. Let down your hair.
Do you know what? On second thought, I think it might be best to save Sudsy's map for another time.
Okay.
If that's alright by you, Sudsy, if you're still here. We can have a small test tomorrow, if I'm available.
Gothy, where's the retro servers at? God! What the?
I just think that 2 hours of testing is enough, and I don't want to tire people out, you know. I'd rather them feel fresh.
I'm fine with keep playing testing. I have nothing really to do.
Thanks, Sudsy, I appreciate it. Oh yes, you did vote. I see that this window has collision. That will need to be clipped. Better yet, the Windows collision should be removed. Tip to anybody listening, if you have any detail prop statics, take away their solidity, make them non-solid, because non-solid props use slightly less file space. Also, there doesn't appear to be any kind of timer for this game, or motivator or anything like that.
9.
Whoa. Rockets? What? What?
Pretty sure it's the blue guy hitting the rockets.
Yeah, I can see the outline. But I think as you get closer and closer to the platform, it's going to get extremely difficult. Even Cars, the map author, couldn't beat. Maybe the solution there is to make them narrower. And yeah, increase the cooldown a bit. There doesn't appear to be any kind of...
Or slower.
There doesn't appear to be any indicator of the cooldown. on the buttons.
So I assume is the last map we'll play test?
Yeah, so if you have any feedback, guys, feel free to leave it now, and we'll wind this up in the next 10 minutes, I think. Yeah, sure. Do you have a way of forcing the other minigames, Cars?
Not sure. Just do end fire.
Well, that's the idea.
AFK.
But we need to know the entities to end fire. The problem is that if we trigger the randomization logic, it might be difficult to intervene.
Bro, they're slapping him.
Ah.
If only you could slap him at a specific direction.
Yeah. It's also worth pointing out that we've got a server consisting of 19 players on Red at the moment, and it seems we run out of Reds on a regular basis before the end of the round. Course, rather.
3, 2, 1.
I can indeed, Cars, bear with. No, not Archon.
Oh, okay, we're gonna have a free run, I guess.
Welcome.
Speed run.
Sticks.
There we are.
Normally, could you... Or, could you no-clip to the end?
That's the humiliation first.
Ooh.
3,
Oh.
1.
What are we supposed to do here?
5, 4,
I like the music.
2.
The course looks nice.
Control point enabled.
So the speed textures or the... Yeah, the has...
The
has
brushwork there on that archway
called?
looks a bit clunky, a bit coarse. I think perhaps you want to smoothen that up a bit. Shading on these brush faces seems a bit odd.
Yeah, the textures on the road track or the race track, they aren't supposed to be these kind of textures, so they look very glitchy.
Again, I think that's as a result of your skybox lighting settings. It's just too harsh. These things appear to be coming out from out of nowhere in the ground. There doesn't appear to be any indication that they're there.
Yep.
And they're also rather annoying. Fuck's sake.
Oh my god.
Why is this happening?
Next lap.
I think if you have stuff like that... No, I don't think it's a good idea to respawn people at this stage because it might break something. Sorry. I tell you what, I'm getting Crash Team Racing vibes from this. The texture of the walls of those death pits there, I think, should be a different texture so that you can see them more easily.
Nope. What happened?
We won. It doesn't say who won the race, though. Maybe we could use some V-scripts to print to chat the winner and the positions, maybe. Hale died? Why did Hale die?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, that's unfair. That ends the entire race for everybody. What you could do is you could have a trigger multiple. If red hits it, it does one thing. If blue hits it, it does something else, you know, but I don't know. Shall I give you, no clip or god clip again, Cars?
Lana?
They are, mate.
Lana?
Cursed.
There's that flesh noise again.
Fight.
Oh, I think it might be somebody's custom sound spray. Or it's just
Bro, we
wormwood.
don't have any guns. We can't shoot shit.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh no.
Control point enabled. Get going.
Just gotta do this the old-fashioned way.
I might be able to enable weapons.
I like that. The horse is shooting.
Don't let
There we
this
are.
shit into Troy. Do not let this shit into Troy.
I wonder
it's going
what
into
are we
Troy. It's
supposed
going into
to, are we
Troy.
supposed
It's
to
going
shoot
into Troy.
the horse?
Control point enabled.
There's a control point. Just a
Just getting wrecked.
piece of advice. You have 2 announcer voice lines that are playing at the same time there. It said control point enabled, and then it said control point is being contested. I'm not sure which one came first, but in your sound script sounds, presuming you're using a sound script,
Okay, yeah, you gotta redo that one, to be honest.
if you use
Let's redo that one.
Chan Voice 2, I think it is, for the announcer sounds, then they will interrupt each other, so they won't play over. You know, if you play a second announcer voice line, whilst one is already playing, then the first one will stop, and the second one will take over, so that avoids situations like that. I can send you an example sound script.
Cass, if you can make the map have like 200 less edits, that would be good.
Fuck me.
If you're wanting to reduce the number of edicts, it's best not to guess, and it's better to actually analyze the biggest contributors of edicts in your map using the dump. The peak is the highest number we've had so far in 1961, and that's with no melee weapons.
2, 1. Control
Sorry,
point
that's with
enabled.
melee weapons only. Primary-
Isn't even fun full.
Primary and secondary weapons are killed. Typically, the largest number of edicts will occur at the on-round restart when everything is killed and restarted. This music's from Worms Armageddon.
I'm gonna backstab him.
Or it might even be Worms 2, to be honest. If not, yeah, Worms 2.
Worms.
Is it? If I'm not mistaken, it's the custom level theme, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're supposed to find bottles.
Yes.
I can't really hear the music. It's kind of. I mean, I feel like I'm the one that has to turn it off.
Well, what's your current volume setting for your music? My music volume is 100%, and it's a comfortable level for me. I wonder, are you using a very slight mist? It looks like you might be, actually.
Victory.
I don't think there is a mist.
It's hard to say.
I feel like it's just a skybox.
So I think that's all the mini-games then, isn't it? Oh, okay.
Wait, why are guns disabled? Because I remember when we could just use guns.
Oh, because of the edicts.
One more try cars. And I'll have to call it a day.
That's the humiliation, though.
I think he wants you to remove no clip.
Now, if we have weapons, the server will
Are we doing
restart.
Study's map a different time?
Beer?
Finds a bottle again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is going to be the last round. Restart. Okay.
Zeus, smite me.
This is why you have. This is why it's a good idea to build in methods of choosing minigames for development purposes.
I mean, if this is a pre-release, I don't think there's any point in doing that.
No. Probably not worth bothering now. Oh, I've just noticed the sign above the spawn door. Oh, well, never mind.
Did you?
Well, thank you very much, everybody, for coming to the playtest. I will stop recording now. I'll leave the server up and running for the next few minutes, so you can still play the map if you want to. If you have any more feedback you'd like to leave, then you can leave it on the Discord server in the thread in the playtesting channel.
I have no personal feedback.
Good game, good game.